Aloha from the top of Mauna Kea. Behind me, you can see the heiau. I'm Brian Daniel Edwards, and I have a special guest with me doing ceremony at the top of Mauna Kea with me.
Aloha, my name is Fabian. I have lived here for 18 years, and this is now my home, this beautiful island of Hawaii. Hawaii means of breath and water. Ha is the breath of life. Ancient Hawaiians would greet each other with the ha breath. And when foreigners came, they were called haole, meaning they didn't have breath because they had social distancing. And Hawaiians greeted by rubbing their noses and foreheads with each other. And so social distancing for them without breath was like dead, like a ghost. Haole also could mean ghost. So nowadays, a lot of white people are called haole and they don't like that because they're like, I'm not a ghost. I breathe. I'm a person. So it's not the most polite thing to call someone, and especially someone who's born and raised here 3 4 generations. So just giving you guys a little intro about Hawaii. But ha is the breath of life, and the greeting was to share breath to someone. So to greet someone, and vai is water. When you're in Hawaii, you're listening to the sounds of the ocean, and you're in the ocean, you're nourishing from the ocean. You're inhaling some of the cleanest air on the planet, coming thousands of miles from the Pacific Ocean. So, breath and sunlight and water were very sacred to Hawaiians. And here at the mountain, there's a lot less oxygen than by the ocean. And yet, the air is really nourishing. When you're at such high altitude, you feel a type of mystical high. That's why a lot of people go up to the mountains. At first, I was like, of course, I don't want to freeze my okole. Okole means butt or behind. When I could be on a beach and, like, struggle to breathe. But yet, when you're here, you feel elation, you feel bliss, you feel joy. And you're like, okay, this is why I'm freezing because it's worth it. So a lot of us make pilgrimages to this sacred place. This is very sacred to ancient Hawaiians and modern day Hawaiians of all traditions. Um, some modern day Hawaiians follow very ancient traditional Hawaiian protocols passed down over hundreds of years of oral tradition. Others have more eclectic or spiritual traditions that have come to them through dreams or intuition or insights. And essentially, this place is like a temple or tabernacle that helps us connect to a higher spiritual power, whether you're Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Hawaiian, Buddhist, or even atheist. When you come here, you're going to feel a connection to something greater than yourself. And so, this is why the rangers here have certain areas, such as the top of this mountain, that are off limits to people only if you're going there for sacred reasons. This is why a lot of protesters have been fighting for this mountain because so many people gather spiritual nourishment coming here. It's not just pretty, it's very beautiful, especially during the day, but it's also very spiritually nourishing as well. And even if you're atheist and don't believe in anything magical, you come here and you're going to feel, ah. So that's it. Any questions or?
Yeah, well, so many questions. I'd love to
Yes.
get into it. I see there's comments. I'm not quite as adept as Hank is at searching the comments, or I'm on a cell phone right now. I see Vanessa said hi. How's New Mexico going, and how are you? Oh, okay. I just tap it, and it pops up. See, okay, there we go. Um, she's down in New Mexico, and yeah, beautiful area down there. So anybody else have any questions? I have so many questions. Uh, Fabienne is an amazing resource for island knowledge. She's a tour guide. She leads tours to
All
all
sorts
the
of
sacred
places.
sites. Yeah.
And regular sites as well.
Uh, so she knows all the ins and outs, and we can somehow, I don't know how to post on here, but we'll be able to post your link on Facebook. So if you ever come to Hawaii, definitely, sorry, it's hard. I'm definitely look her up and looking for some local knowledge. This is such an amazing, beautiful sunset. Let me walk to the other side of the street and see if you can see it. Right behind me is what would you call that? A cinder cone or?
It's a cinder cone or pu'u is a word for cinder cone
So
or hill. So yeah.
yeah, a pu'u behind us. And on the top of it is where the heiau is. That is
Yes.
where you do ceremony. That is where you leave offerings. Uh, what was the question here? Have you ever gone to locate? Actually, yeah. There are a lot of places here where there are spirits, and sometimes these spirits can be a little bit more tangible than just in spirit form. Uh, Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how this works. um, Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties here. Okay, there we go. But the night marchers are, I mean, they could be called spirits or, okay, like the Tibetans. The Tibetans can manifest or harden their astral bodies into a physical being, and that's called a yeten. So I'm assuming, do you have any insight on what the night marchers are? But I'm assuming they are.
From what I've heard from Kahuna, is they are ancient spirits of chiefs who are there to patrol areas. And he says if you see them, you get off the roads. He says they tend to stay on paths and roads specifically. So if you feel them coming, some people say lay on your back so they could march on you. That is one way. But he says a better alternative is to just get out of the way and let them march. But whatever you do, get out of their way and let them march. So if you feel them coming, be like, okay, get out of the way and let them march.
Here, let's walk to the other side of the road.
Yes.
And so I have a question, and you might be able to
Yes.
answer it for me.
Yes.
So during a journey that I did, this was a very interesting journey, a DMT journey. I had some interference from less than positive uh, entities or groups, or I don't know exactly where this is coming from. But after I chose the light, banished the darkness, I was surrounded by looked like Hawaiian elders, ancient Hawaiian elders, and they're emphatically chanting in ancient Hawaiian. Now, uh, I didn't know or understand what any of these chants were. I didn't understand who they were. To me, they looked completely physical. People, some kahunas that I talked to said, those were the night marchers. They're there protecting you. Is that a possibility?
It is. I wasn't there. I haven't verified it. I haven't seen it. I haven't had that experience. Um, but that could be a possibility. I do know my kahunas told me on several occasions that when you go to a place Not all spirits are benevolent. So you should always say, I am open to connecting with only beneficent energies. And I am closed off to all maleficent, unbeneficial, harmful energies because he says there's always both. So it's good to be aware of that and to um, not just be open, but be open to specific energies. And there, actually, I want to share something about that. I have been doing I've been preparing to do vlogs, and I've been saying, oh, please bless me with viral vlogs. What I had in mind is vlogs about nature, relationships, spirituality, girly stuff like that, lovey dovey, girly, Hawaii stuff. And it turns out right now there's a viral vlog that I'm in, but not at all what I was intending. I had an unfortunate circumstance that is gonna get taken care of. I was a something sort of bad happened to me, and it's fine. I'll be okay. But
Speak freely. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You're arrested and assaulted by law enforcement for not wearing a mask, even though they weren't and everybody else wasn't, and you're outdoors in public. So it was, you really got singled out.
I
Uh,
did, but I definitely don't want to yeah, I'm just hoping everything gets dropped. But the point I was making, and everything will most likely get dropped. However, and it was very traumatic, very scary, very shocking, but um and I'm still just recovering from that process. And being on the mountain is really healing. One of the reasons I'm there. I guess I wanted to say, when you ask for something, be sure you say, may this come properly.
on the
So
island, that's very important. You ask for
yeah,
something, it happens
but
immediately.
and you need to say, may it happen properly. Very important what you ask for. So for example, I was asking for a viral vlog, intending to be in one talking about healthy relationships. I'm really passionate about helping couples and people have love and passion and connection and bliss, and that was but I forgot to say a viral vlog that is specific to positivity. And yet I guess I'm somewhat in one, but it's not at all what I was intending. So, moral of the story, make sure you always say, may this happen properly.
Uh, yeah, I mean, in Hawaii, it more than happened properly. Let's see if, okay, here we go. Oh, you can barely see me anyhow. Beautiful sunset up here at the top. It's just absolutely amazing. In Hawaii, you need to be very specific. Uh, Things happen the way you asked for them.
And they materialize fairly quickly.
Oh, almost instantly here on the
And
island.
it's
It's
good to be
amazing.
specific about the energies you want, and always say harmoniously, properly and harmoniously,
Yeah.
because you may like a year ago I said, I'd like some abundance, some financial abundance to come my way easily without having to work too hard for it. And I was open to it, and I believed it, and I was ready to receive it. And then a car accident happened, and I ended up getting insurance money. So I had no intentions of that. And luckily, no one was hurt. It was fine. But, it's just a reminder, when you ask for something, have that protection. Say, may this come harmoniously, safely, lovingly, properly, and in a way that is for the highest good of all concerned. So.
in my last journeys too, we were talking about calling upon only um, beings of light. In my last
Yes.
journey, I realized that I was calling on high vibration beings, and it was explained to me in journey space that I can be not calling on necessarily beings of light when I call for high vibration, because they can be, it's not that darkness is the lack of light. Darkness is actually radiant energy. Uh, that was explained to me in this journey. And you can have a very high intensity or high vibration of this darkness. So when you call on high vibrational beings, it could be a very high intensity dark being. So I was told, be very, very careful to very articulate and be very exact about who you want to work with. Um, work with only the highest of vibration of light beings. So that was something that's very important, and really specifying and really focusing, writing down and putting your desires, your wants, your needs into a very concise way that the universe will um, uh, oblige to. On the other island, on Maui, it's a very similar thing. On all the Hawaiian islands, things manifest instantly. You're provided for. If the island wants you here, you will stay here. It will either find a way to keep you here or find a way to provide for you. So it's just amazing how thin the veil is, how in the spiritual realms that are here. My friend on the other island, Ava, very powerful healer, very gifted visionary. Uh, I'm being made aware of something. What are you seeing?
Look up. Look up.
What?
Look up.
I'm looking up.
You
I'm.
don't see it?
What on earth are those? Like,
What on earth is that?
I am dumbfounded. I
I've
have
never seen anything like that. I wish
no,
you captured it
no.
for
Let me
us.
see if I can turn the camera on so you can get a better view of
They're
this.
light. They're like
We
something told me. My intuition told me to lay on the ground. I had no idea why.
we are looking at giant
Crazy.
glowing streaks right now up through the sky.
And
One just